Welcome to this series. It's going to be called Mercury Retrograde. And this one is for the sign Taurus. This will be for the Taurus collective, okay? Now, Mercury Retrograde right now, when I'm recording this video, it's pre-recorded, we are currently in retrograde, okay? Mercury retrograde. We've got several other planets as well within Mercury or within retrograde. And as of right now, we have one that's just going direct today. So right now we have Mercury, which goes direct on the 18th of October, and right now it's retrograde in Libra. And then we have Jupiter that's in retrograde, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and I believe Venus, if I'm remembering correctly. Most of them will go direct this month. I think there's only one that doesn't go direct until December, and then two that will not go direct until January 1st of next year, okay? So keeping that all in mind, I chose to do these Mercury retrogrades because this Mercury retrograde, I believe, and this is my intuition, it's emphasizing the Pisces full moon we had at the end of last month, okay? And that was telling us that we needed to really get in our heart space, okay? And Mercury is telling us that too. I mean, Mercury is about lessons, okay? Retrograde is about reflection. And with Mercury being the ruler of communication and thinking, it's a reflection. It's reflecting to get a different perspective, okay? Mercury brings lessons that we either have not learned or to test us to see if we've learned them and how far we've grown from it, okay? Mercury also rules Gemini and Virgo. And some of the symptoms, some of the things that can happen during a Mercury retrograde is the typical mechanical malfunctions, technology issues, very poor communication or miscommunication. Those are typically what happens, or the energies, there we go, for a retrograde in Mercury, or a Mercury retrograde. Forgive me, I'm sorry you guys, I'm tired. I'm getting these out. It's about my bedtime, so yeah, so we'll go ahead and jump in. We're going to start with 3 cards from this deck. This is Wisdom of the Oracle deck, okay? All of my decks will be listed in the description box if you're interested. This is a beautiful deck. It's relatively, not relatively new, but I've only been working with this for a few years. I have a few other ones that I've had for many, many years. One of my favorite decks I've had since I was 13 that I still use. So this is one of my newer oracles. So we'll do 3 from this one, and then we'll clarify with this one, which is a little bit different than the typical Rider-Waite deck, but very similar. And that one's called, let me see here, Will of the Year Tarot. So like I said, all those will be linked below, and then when that's done, after we clarify these, we will pull 2 oracle cards, 2 more oracle cards for advice, okay? All right. Spirit, what do you have this Mercury retrograde for Taurus Collective? For the Taurus Collective. guides, ancestors, angels, higher self, source. Ask you to bring us clear, concise messages, please. And thank you. So I do have Tauruses in my family, so I am familiar with the energy there, as well as myself being a Capricorn sun. I'm very familiar with Earth energy and how stubborn it can be. I kid, Tauruses. My younger brother is a Taurus, and that boy can be pretty stubborn. Boy, man. He's a grown man. He's a grown man. In my head, he'll forever be a little kid, but that's neither here nor there. One more, Spirit says. One more. Okay. Now, even if you're not a Taurus, you can still resonate with this. It doesn't have to necessarily be your sun. It can be your sun, moon, or rising, okay? Or north node, okay? Yeah. So here we go. Well. All right. And bottom of the deck, Never Ending Story, number 37. Okay. So to start, we have Between Worlds, which is a 3. Okay. 3s are all about working together. Okay. Building together. So here, I would say you're working with spirit on something. Yeah. I've got the number 6, and this is not for you, okay? 6s, again, are about balance. Not for you. And then the little fortune cookie, his little fortune right there. I don't know if my phone will focus it for you. Come on. Pretty, 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 please. No, okay. It's not going to focus, but trust me, it says nope. It says nope right there. Okay? And it's on a chessboard with the chess pieces. Okay? And then we've got what looks to be a cabinet. There you go. A cabinet up here with a face. A little face. I love these like angelic faces. Okay. And then we have number 47. Right? And it's Go the Distance. Okay. 47 breaks down to an 11, which, if I remember correctly, is a master number. I believe 11 is a master number. 1-1. It's a master number. Okay. Go the distance. A never-ending story. So this one's a 10. So it's a completion, or the non-completion of something. All right, so let's look at these, okay? So, you're working with spirit. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get a message here. Okay, so I'm getting... Spirit told me manipulation. I don't know if that's necessarily full-on manipulation, but you're playing a tactical game of some sort to get what you want. Okay? But the lack of balance, there's something not being weighed correctly. There's something not being weighed correctly. Weighed out. Weighed out. Weighed out. Okay. You're weighing something out. Okay, you're weighing... You're trying to find balance in the darker aspects of you, or the more negative aspects, what you view as more negative aspects, out with your lighter aspects, your good aspects, okay? You're doing it to yourself, or you're doing it to somebody else, okay? You're trying to gauge something. Because I keep seeing in my mind's eye, I keep seeing hands going like this. Like, do I go with this option or this option? Spirit's also giving me another image. The devil on one side of your shoulder and the angel on the other side of your shoulder. So there's a duality. There's a duality going on. With your mind and your spirit. Yes. And you've been here before many, many times. Many, many, many times have you been here before. Okay. But Spirit is asking us to step inside of our heart. Okay? This sort of tactical game that you're playing, it's not a mental game. It's a spiritual game. Okay? You can't win a spiritual game with a mental outlook. Okay? It's not something that can be analyzed, made sense of, logic sense of, made practical, okay? But you know this. You know this because you're at war with it. It's a dual, the duality is within you for it. I'm sorry, my nose is itching so bad, you guys. Okay. But you know this. But fate, spirit, higher self, whatever you want to call it, is telling you to stop it. Say nope. It threw that fortune cookie right in the middle of the chess pieces. Right in the middle of the game. Before it even had a chance to start. See how they're all still properly separated? The game hasn't even begun yet. They're showing me another picture of people sitting on either side And they're staring down at this, trying to decide whoever's move it is, whoever's the first move, is sitting there analyzing which one they want to do first, where they want to go first, okay? But this is saying no. Nope. Ain't gonna happen. Get out of your mind. You need to go to spirit. So how I said that was an angelic face, these are the angels, okay? The way you do that is through your heart space. We are most connected with spirit through our heart space. And you can do this. You can do this. You're ramping up to do it. You are. You want to do it. And you're ready. You have to let go of that logical mind, though. That's what holds you back with spirit. Okay. With this card, the never-ending story, the sands of time here. And then it's got this gauge, if you want to call it that. Okay. This little heart with a dial on it. And then it says a bunch of different things around it, right? The top says, yes, love. And then on either side it says no. And then in the middle it's the yes. And then no down towards the bottom. And then at the very bottom it says me, yes. Before you can learn to properly love somebody else, you have to love yourself. And be accepting of your duality. You have to accept all parts of you. That's what we call shadow work, okay? Shadow work is when it's not just looking at the negative aspects of ourselves and maybe trying to understand it or whatever. It's learning how to not reject it and integrate that in to find that balance. Okay? Those negative aspects are necessary. You're doing it. You're doing the work. You're doing the spiritual work. You're doing that spiritual work because you're halfway in between. You're doing the spiritual work, okay? And you're almost there. I see this flag as the finish line. You're nearly there, okay? Keep doing it. Keep working at that heart space, you guys. Keep doing it. And don't put a time limit on yourself, okay? Remember, time doesn't exist, okay? Spirit doesn't put time limits on anything because spirit, it's timeless, it's limitless, there's no timing for this. Okay? And to the other thought of that, there's no good time to do it other than doing it right when you're called to do it. Okay? Alright, let's pull some clarifiers on these, okay? See if we can get any more messages out. Okay, so notice real quick, notice how this is black and white and you're going into the color. Black and white. When you're done doing this work, or when you've finally hit that finish line, going from black and white into color for me is seeing it from a multitude of perspectives. Okay? It's also, which I guess could also be said that you're seeing it from a higher perspective, because the higher you get, the more perspectives you can have. as far as dimensional light goes. So, okay. Clarifying. And you'll be moving, you'll be able to integrate that duality. Okay, you've got the black and white here, and you got the black and white here, and you're moving into color, and this goes up into the bright light. Okay, that bright light. So you're becoming awakened. You're awakening, and you don't have to. I mean, you could have had many awakenings already. You've got. There's always going to be something new coming in for you. The higher you get up there as far as your spirituality goes, there's always going to be some new revelation, some new knowledge brought to you. Okay? You can have more than one awakening. That's all spirit work is. It's constant shadow work and awakenings. Well, not all spirit is, but it's when you're working with your spirit. Okay. And it's hard. It's hard for earth signs. We rule the 3D realm because we are very tangible. We are good at manifesting most anything into the 3D, okay? Which is good. It's good. But it's just so much better when you do it with spirit, you guys. So much better. Okay? And you gotta heal that heart space to do it. To work and see things more clearly, you know? Okay, we're going to do 3 cards for each card, okay? Why is that one upside down? None of these should be upside. Oh, no, he's not upside down. I don't know why I thought he was upside down. Bottom of the deck, 3 of Cups. This is beautiful. 3 of Cups. Celebration. You did it. You did it. Celebration. I love it. Okay. So for this first card here, Between Worlds, we have the Prince of Chalices. The 9 of Swords. And the Fool. There, it's a little bit easier to see that way, huh? Alright, so let's see. What am I getting for this? Now, the Prince of Chalices is a small emotional gesture. Okay? It's typically a small emotional gesture. That's funny. So the sign that she has on her dress. Sorry, excuse me. is the Taurus sign. Okay, let me see if I can get it to show you guys. There you go. Oh. There you go. Is that better? Can you see it better that way? There we go. Right there. Right there. That is the Taurus symbol. Which is funny because cups represent water signs. Usually. So that's funny. I think that's hilarious. No such thing as coincidences. Yeah, you're learning to love yourself, Taurus. In every aspect of you, too. Come springtime, I think will be your finish line. Not that there's a time limit or a time on it, but I feel like you'll either be there or pretty close to that. And then you've got the Nine of Swords, which is putting you in your head about this. Okay, you're stressed out about it. But you need to get rid of some energy